Welcome to June 1999 here in Michigan, where the sun is shining, the grass is growing, and my bank loan is still sitting there like a financial brick tied to my ankle. I checked the numbers, and yep, I still owe $195,000. Nothing like starting the summer with a reminder that the bank owns more of this farm than I do. But anyway, I've already started mowing the grass again. I've got just one little section left, so I'm going to finish it up before the field decides to grow another foot while I'm not looking. Let's get this mowing wrapped up and pretend the loan isn't silently judging me from the ledger. Our next important duty is hauling last year's soybeans to market. Word on the street, and by street, I mean the sketchy crop calendar I pulled out of the trash, is that there's a great demand for soybeans right now. That means we might actually get a little bonus instead of the usual, here's $5, good luck with your debt. So I'm loading up the trailer, strapping everything down, like I'm preparing for a cross-country heist and heading to the market to see what kind of cash these beans can pull in. Let's go turn last year's harvest into this year's slightly less depressing bank balance. Not too shabby at all. That's the kind of payout that makes the whole farm sit up a little straighter. We hauled in $165,000 from the soybeans, and then the market turned around and slapped a $35,000 bonus on top like it was tipping us for good service. $200,000 total. That's the kind of money that makes the bank loan look slightly less terrifying. For once, something actually went our way. Feels weird. Feels nice. Oh, here we go. Classic farm economics. Step 1, make $200,000 on soybeans. Step 2, immediately spend $120,000 of it on something shiny in the used ads. So we need something to pick this grass up that isn't a baler, and what do I find? A forage harvester sitting in the used listings, winking at me like, come on, you know you want to. And of course I do. Because why buy something cheap when I can obliterate my soybean profits in one glorious purchase? So just like that, poof, most of the soybean money is gone, vanished, evaporated, converted directly into one slightly rusty, questionably maintained forage harvester that I'm praying doesn't explode the moment I start it. But hey, At least we'll be able to pick up the grass now. Probably. Smart move. When you buy something used, especially something that looks like it's lived a life, checking the oil is basically step one in the please don't explode on me checklist. So I pop the hood, pull the dipstick, and hey, everything actually looks decent. Oil level's good. Color isn't terrifying. No metal shavings glittering like a horror movie. Belts look fine, hoses aren't cracked, and nothing is leaking in a way that makes me immediately question my life choices. For a used forage harvester, that's practically a glowing review. Alright then. Everything looks good enough to risk turning the key. Time to fire this thing up and see if it runs like a champ or coughs like a 90-year-old smoker. I completely forgot I had auto selling turned on, so I honestly have no idea how much grass I just sold. All I know is my money shot up, and now I'm sitting at over $350,000. Not bad for a feature I didn't even remember using. Now I'm looking at that number and thinking, maybe it's finally time to pay off the bank loan. Wiping out that $195,000 debt in one go would feel amazing, and I'd still have plenty left over to keep the farm running. For once, the finances actually look good. Suspiciously good, and I'm not used to that feeling. But hey, maybe today's the day I finally get out from under that loan. Well, YouTube world, we've got ourselves a situation. I'm standing out here staring at this barley field like it personally offended me because it is not growing at all. It should definitely be ready to harvest by now, but nope, it's just sitting there in its awkward teenage phase, refusing to mature. Classic. So now I'm wondering, can I chop it at this stage? If it won't grow up, maybe I can at least turn it into something useful. There's only one way to find out. I'm heading to the shop, grabbing a chopping header, and we're going to test this theory the scientific way by recklessly driving machinery into the crop and seeing what happens. Let's see if this barley wants to be silage today. Well, that's a big fat nope from the barley. Didn't chop, didn't harvest, didn't grow. It just stood there like a stubborn teenager refusing to get out of bed. So now I'm standing in the field wondering if I broke something, missed something, or angered the farming gods. But at this point, the most logical answer is the painful one. Plow it under. If it won't grow and it won't chop, then at least turning it back into the soil gives me a nice nitrogen boost for whatever I plant next. Not the outcome I wanted, but hey, free fertilizer is free fertilizer. Time to fire up the plow and pretend this was the plan all along. Plowing is done. The field is clean, fresh, and ready for its next life. But of course, the moment I finish one job, the grass starts screaming at me like a needy toddler. Mow me! Mow me! So here we go again. I'm grabbing the John Deere, firing it up, and heading right back out to do even more mowing, because apparently that's my entire personality now. Just me, endless grass, and a mower that's probably sick of seeing me. Let's get this field trimmed before it grows tall enough to file a complaint with the county. I'm looking at this old forage wagon in the used ads like, yeah, that'll do. That's economical. It's got dents, it's got rust, it's probably got a mysterious rattle that no one can identify, but it's cheap and it picks up grass, so it's basically perfect. And hiring some random guy off the street to follow me and scoop up the grass, that's just good business. Pay him a few bucks, tell him not to crash into anything expensive, and boom, instant workforce. So the plan is simple. Buy the old wagon, hook it up, find a guy who looks like he knows what a tractor is, and let him chase me around the field while we clean up this grass like a low-budget harvesting parade. Economical? Absolutely. Professional? Not even a little. But it'll get the job done, and that's all that matters. Almost 700,000 liters of grass. This field is turning into a full-blown grass empire. Every time we mow, it's like the numbers just keep getting more ridiculous. At this rate, the grass is going to be our main cash crop, our retirement plan, and our emotional support system all in one. That old forage wagon and the random guy we hired off the street. MVPs. Absolute legends. This is the kind of haul that makes me want to mow the field again just to see if we can break 1 million next time. So what do we do with this field? Will anything grow in it? Well, that's it then. The grass field is officially on its see you next year break. And yeah, next season, it's probably going to need lime, fertilizer, and maybe even a motivational speech after everything we've put it through. So I'm wrapping things up here, looking at this giant green monster of a field and thinking, yep, that's a next year problem. And honestly, that's probably when I'll see you again. As long as all of our computers don't explode, catch fire, or decide they're done rendering grass for the rest of their digital lives. Until then, stay warm, stay alive, and try not to get buried under a snowdrift the size of a barn.